Your question is it okay for a Christian to take medication for mental health, or does that sort of show a lack of faith? This is a great question, and you're definitely not the only person who has wondered this. So I commend you so much for asking it. As believers, we understand that we live in a broken world. And on this side of eternity, we will experience pain and heartache, both physical and emotional. It's a reality of life in a fallen world that some may have inherited physical conditions like diabetes, while others may be facing challenges like a chemical imbalance, which affects their day to day mood. And when that happens, medical intervention might be necessary. Think of it this way. Let's say we have Sean. Sean over here who is diabetic. Sean needs his insulin to regulate his blood sugar. Now, Sean is a believer. He believes in the healing power of Jesus. But just because he does this mean he should stop taking his insulin and say, you know what, I'm just going to pray this away and hope for the best? Absolutely not, because that would not be good stewardship over his body. If anything, it would be irresponsible for Sean not to take advantage of the resources available to him. Listen, God has given Sean the wisdom and access to tools like insulin to help restore his body to proper functioning for healing. Sean can take his insulin while continuing to pray for healing. This same principle applies for, let's say, Susan, who is experiencing a chemical imbalance and may need medication to support her mental health. Now, does taking medication mean Susan has given up faith that God can heal her? Absolutely not. Just as Sean with diabetes didn't stop taking his prescribed medication while praying for healing, Susan can faithfully take her medication while continuing to pray and trust God. Listen, here's the reality for you. God can heal you. There are countless testimonies of his miraculous healing, but sometimes God chooses a different path. He may use medication as part of your story. That's not a sign of weakness. By allowing you to navigate this journey, God can use your experience to help others. Listen, your story, whether of a miraculous healing or of God's sustaining grace, can still point people to him. Because in your weakness, according to 2 Corinthians 2:19, God's strength is made perfect. So you don't ever need to feel like medication is a lack of faith or a sign of weakness. Instead, choose to continue to pray, and in the meantime, see taking medication as part of God's way of working in your life. Trust God to use it for his glory and for the good of those who are around you. If you have a mental health question that you'd like to have answered from both a biblical and a clinical perspective, feel free to go on my website at www.kenzahaddock.com, scroll to the middle of the page, submit it anonymously, and I'll be sure to answer it in the next couple of weeks. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.